Hi, Peniel Camp family. Just wanted to give you a quick update on a few things with camp. As I'm recording this, we are about halfway through March, and a lot of exciting things are going on with Peniel Camp as we plan for our encampment this summer. One thing that I wanted to pass along to you was information about some changes to our pricing at camp. As you might remember, towards the end of camp last year in our association meeting, we talked about the fact that we were going to be looking at our costs and our prices over the off season. And we've done that, and we've completed that process now. It was a three-step process. The first step was really to look at and study what was our cost basis for the various services that we offer. The two big ones being our youth program and our dining hall. Those two programs are big drivers of all of our costs at Peniel. And what we found was, as we looked at our cost basis for youth and we looked at our cost basis for the dining hall, what we collect is way below what it actually costs us. Now, that didn't surprise any of us because Peniel Camp is a ministry. We're not trying to make a profit. But at the same time, we need to be careful with our cost basis because we want to make sure that we're covering enough of the costs that we're able to do this year after year for our campers. And so we took a look at that to understand our costs. The next step was we began to take a look at holiness camps around the country to take a look at what they charged for similar services, such as stays in their cottages, or if they had an adult dorm like we do at Cookman, and RV spots and meals. And so we looked at about 5 or 6 other holiness camps to get an idea where they were at. And what we found is that Peniel Camp was generally on the lower end of those camps. The last step was to look at where should we be for 2026 and going forward. And so we're announcing those changes at this time. Rather than me getting into all of this in the video, what we're going to do is we're going to have resources on our website, a complete price list that'll show you what the prices will be for 2026. And it was important for us to get this information out well before camp. At this point in time, we have exactly 4 months today until camp starts. And so we know that for most individuals or families even, if you're putting aside an extra $5 or $10 per week, in most cases, that is more than going to cover any increases that you see during camp this year. Some of the increases are very small. 3 adult meals in the dining hall are going to cost $2 more per day for those 3 meals. So very small increase in the dining hall. Some of the other increases, such as the youth program and accommodations, are a little bit bigger. But you go to our website, we'll have all that information listed for you. We've also put on the website information, what we call real world information. So we're profiling a number of fictitious families and showing what it would cost for them to come to camp. And you might be able to pick out a situation that's similar to your family so that you'll know what your cost basis is going to be for Peniel Camp. One last thing we wanted to share, and that's that when we polled other holiness camps, one of the values that we found with Peniel Camp, as well as all the other camps that we looked at, is that they wanted camp to be affordable because it's so important for people to be able to come and hear the gospel at camp. And so we have embraced that wholeheartedly. What we're charging still doesn't cover our costs, but it does help us to be a little bit closer to where we need to be. But the most important thing is for people to come and hear the gospel. And to that point, I think you will find that Peniel Holiness Camp continues to be one of the best camping values in the United States of America. And so I want to encourage you and your families to make plans to come this summer, July 16th to the 26th, 2026, for our 130th annual camp meeting. Again, don't forget to go to our website for more details. Thanks for tuning in, and God bless you.